I'm doing great. My interpreter's doing well. It was a fairly busy week for him, you might have seen, but he's laid off the last couple days and he's back. So he really, really likes Illinois under their team total 73 and a half. And it's pretty hard to argue that you're going to take a team to do really, really well against UConn. So, this Illinois team, they put up huge points against Morehead State and Duquesne, but they scored 85 and 89 points against them, and then they drop all the way down to 72 against Iowa State. A great defense. I'm sad to see Iowa State out of the tournament. They've been a really good cash cow, playing their defense. But, who's playing better defense than UConn right now? Like, it's pretty hard to argue. 52 points to Stetson, 58 to Northwestern, 52 to San Diego State. So I think it's pretty simple here. It's just this dominant team that just seems to be playing their best basketball of the season right now. And as much as Illinois is pretty good, they did struggle at times to score against Iowa State. So all you need is a few cold stretches from Illinois, and they go under this total.
Based on Ken Palm's numbers, Iowa State's got the better defense compared to UConn and Illinois right now. Again, according to Ken Palm's numbers, the number 2 offensive team in the nation. The only team better? The UConn Huskies. But that's why at first glance, this total was like, what? We're talking about 2 really good defensive teams, and yet we got a total in the 150s. But the offensive prowess for both these squads has been tremendous. But if Illinois can get to 72 against Iowa State, an elite defensive team that plays with no pace and doesn't shoot that well, they get to 72 against that team. Can't they get over that against UConn, who's going to play faster, where the offensive needs for Illinois are going to be greater than they were in the last game? Are you worried at all that the Illini number 2 ranked offense is going to be a problem for the Huskies defense, and or the pace is going to be a problem in this ballgame?
Yeah, the pace could be one thing, but when you it's kind of just the eye test when you're watching UConn. Man, can they just frustrate these other teams? And when they really, really buckle down and they get going, when they make teams play their game, it's just impossible for these teams to pick it up. And even though they play with a high pace, it works for their offense, but it just doesn't seem to be working for the opposing team's offense. It just feels like UConn is peaking at the perfect time. I know Iowa State's been fantastic throughout the year, and their rating has been very, very consistent. They've been a top 3 defense the entire time. The tournament just feels a little bit different. It feels like this UConn team, nobody's playing better than them right now. So any way I can take advantage of, fading the opponents of UConn, I'll be happy to do.